Welcome to the BYU Family History Library. The BYU Family History Library has a very useful collection of electronic equipment for scanning and digitizing books, documents, photographs, photographic slides, 8mm and Super 8mm movie film, VHS cassettes, audio cassettes, and Betamax tapes. All this equipment is available for use by patrons of the library free of charge during the time the library is open. However, it is best to contact the library through its website and click on the link to the Scanning Equipment page to check equipment availability. If you have a BYU login, you can then use this page to reserve a time to use the equipment. If you do not have a BYU login, then you can see the times available for using the equipment and contact the Family History Library Help Desk to make a reservation. Each machine may have its own way of storing the digitized images or audio files they produce. Make sure you know how and where your files will be stored before you start digitizing and scanning. This short video will explain the process of storing your output. The digitized output from all equipment must be saved to a flash drive, a portable hard drive, or to the user's account on the internet, such as Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, or Dropbox. When you use the equipment, you need to make sure that your digital files are saved either to your flash drive, hard drive, or to an online storage website, because the computers in the Family History Library do not save your files when you log off the computer. The most common method of storage is to electronically save the digitized files to a flash drive. Many of the digitized records use a substantial amount of storage, and it is important to determine if your own flash drive has enough storage capacity to copy the files produced by the equipment. Some of the equipment stores the original files using its own internal memory and then transfers the files to the user's storage equipment. Others have a built-in USB connection and can store the digitized records directly onto the user's flash drive or USB hard drive. The student staff can assist you in understanding how to save your files, but it is always a good idea to double-check the process of saving your files before you get started with the effort of doing the scanning or digitizing. Digitized records can require a considerable amount of storage capacity. Make sure your flash drive or hard disk drive has the capacity to store the amount that could be expected. For example, a 4-inch by 6-inch photo with a resolution of 300 dots per inch will usually be between 5 and 6 megabytes in size. A PDF copy of an entire book can be over 1 gigabyte of storage. It is possible to store the output of some of the equipment online if they are connected to a computer that is connected to the internet, but you will need to be ready to log in to the Google Drive, Microsoft OneDrive, Dropbox, or any other provider to use online storage. You will also have to log onto your own browser or use the BYU Family History Library's Google Chrome browser. There is no way to use your own laptop for storage because each type of equipment has its own software which has been installed on the computer attached to the equipment. If you want to use a hard drive for storage, you will have to supply a way to connect the hard drive to the computers in the Family History Library. When you first insert your flash drive or attach your hard drive to the computer controlling the equipment, make sure the first digital images are being stored on your storage media as you begin scanning your documents or photographs. If you have trouble connecting your own equipment, ask the students at the help desk for assistance. Please be aware that much of what you find online is protected by copyright law. You are responsible for determining if any specific records are covered by some countries' laws. Becoming aware of the copyright restrictions that apply to the records you are interested in digitizing is an important part of being a responsible researcher. Some of the equipment takes a considerable amount of time to process different types of records. For example, the Wolverine Datafilm 2 Digital Movie Maker Pro 8mm can take hours to digitize a roll of 8mm film. Also, digitizing an entire book can take many hours. If you bring your entire collection of photos or slides, you may wish to make an appointment to make sure you have access to the equipment you're intending to use. Please be careful while using the equipment, and if you have trouble loading your media, ask for assistance. Some of this equipment is very expensive and should not be mistreated. We thank you for your interest in using the equipment in the Family History Library and hope that you will take advantage of the opportunity provided to preserve your ancestral heritage.